A mother's love, protecting her daughter. A mother wants to surprise her 13-year-old daughter, so she comes home early. Hello, everyone. Enjoy these relaxing moments as you watch. After a long work stint in New York, Claire decided to return 2 days earlier than planned to see her daughter Lucy. She wanted to make up for the time they had spent apart. Just then, Claire heard a familiar voice call out. It was Mrs. Helen, the elderly neighbor, standing outside the apartment complex gate, wearing a thick wool scarf and holding a grocery bag. "You're back! It's been so long since I've seen you," she said with a warm smile. "Yes, I decided to surprise Lucy," Claire replied. Mrs. Helen's expression turned serious. "I've noticed Lucy seems different lately. She doesn't go outside to play as much." Claire frowned, unsure of what to say. "Really? I didn't know," Claire responded, her mind racing. "I saw her with someone once. A man," Mrs. Helen continued, startling Claire. "Who?" Claire asked, feeling the tension rise. "I don't know, I just saw them talking outside, but when I called out to Lucy, she looked scared and ran back inside," Mrs. Helen explained. Claire's heart raced, but she tried to stay calm. "Maybe it was a misunderstanding. Goodbye, ma'am. I'm heading inside now." With a forced smile, Claire hurriedly took her suitcase into the building. Apartment 307 was just as cozy as she remembered. She opened the door gently, planning to wake Lucy, but as she stepped inside, she sensed something wasn't right. The living room lights were still on, and she could hear faint whispering from upstairs. Holding her breath, Claire strained to listen. "We have a secret. Don't tell your mom, okay?" a man's voice said. Claire's blood ran cold. Gripping the strap of her bag, she moved cautiously toward Lucy's room. "Lucy," she called out. She shoved the door open and froze at the sight before her. Lucy was curled up on the bed, wide-eyed with terror. Andrew, her once friendly neighbor, was sitting next to her, calm but with a dangerous glint in his eyes. "Andrew, what the hell are you doing in my daughter's room?" Claire screamed. "Calm down, Claire. I was just visiting Lucy," he replied nonchalantly. "So you think I'm stupid?" Claire roared, rushing to Lucy and pulling her into her arms. Lucy trembled, clutching her mother tightly. "Don't overreact, Claire. I just wanted to talk to her for a bit. She and I have a good relationship," Andrew sneered, unmoved by her anger. Claire glared, pointing toward the door. "Get out of my house right now!" Andrew slowly stood, crossing his arms. "You're making a big deal out of nothing. You know I care about Lucy." "I don't want to hear another word from you," Claire insisted, her heart racing. His smirk faded as he said, "Be careful with your words, Claire. Sometimes anger can make you regret things." A chill ran down Claire's spine, but she stood firm, shielding her daughter. "You're threatening me in my own home," she said defiantly. Andrew shrugged, making his way toward the door. But before leaving, he shot Lucy a look that was hard to decipher. Claire tightened her grip on Lucy's hand. "Tell me what happened." "No, Mom, I can't." "Really?" Lucy shook her head vigorously, tears streaming down her face. Claire crouched down to her daughter. "I'm here for you. I'll protect you. Please tell me what's going on." Lucy sobbed and buried her face in Claire's shoulder. After calming Lucy down and getting her to sleep, Claire sank onto the sofa, a whirlwind of questions running through her mind. What had Andrew done to Lucy? How long had he been around? She glanced at her phone and hesitated before dialing James, a close friend who worked as a police officer. "Claire, it's late. What's going on?" He sounded groggy. "I need help," Claire said, gripping the phone tightly. "What is it? Are you okay?" "I think my daughter's in danger, and the person behind it is Andrew." There was a moment of silence. "Andrew? That neighbor of yours?" "Yes," Claire replied, the fear bubbling in her chest. "Do you have any proof?" "Not yet, but my gut tells me something is very wrong." "All right, I'll look into it, but Claire, be careful. If Andrew is dangerous, don't try to handle it alone." Claire took a deep breath, grateful for his support. She hung up, her eyes fixed on Lucy's bedroom door. She swore she wouldn't let anything happen to her daughter. That night, Claire awoke suddenly. The room was pitch black, with only a faint glow from a streetlight filtering through the curtains. An uneasy feeling washed over her, as if someone were watching. She turned to see Lucy still curled up under the blanket, breathing steadily. Relieved, Claire let out a small sigh. But then, she heard a soft sound from downstairs that sent a jolt through her. "Is someone there?" she whispered. Silence. Just as she was about to lie back down, another rustling sound came, this time closer. Someone was in the house. Claire quickly got up, gently covering Lucy with the blanket before opening the bedroom door. The hallway was dark as she made her way down the stairs, step by step. Heart pounding, she reached the living room and froze. One of the windows was wide open and the curtains fluttered in the breeze. Did I lock the window before bed? She couldn't remember. Claire felt her pulse thunder in her ears as she grabbed a small knife from the kitchen, her knuckles turning white. Just then, she heard another noise coming from Lucy's room. "Lucy," she called, racing upstairs and flinging open her daughter's door. Lucy was still in bed, but standing near the open window was Andrew. Panic surged within Claire. "What the hell are you doing here?" she screamed. "Calm down, Claire," he said coldly, turning around with a taunting smile. "I just wanted to check on Lucy." "Get out, now!" she shouted, pulling Lucy closer to her. Andrew smirked, stepping forward. "You think you can just get rid of me?" Claire felt a surge of anger. "Leave my house, or I'll call the police." Andrew laughed mockingly. "Oh, really? What will you tell them? That I just stopped by to visit a friend?" "You're not our friend," Claire shot back, standing tall. "Yes, Lucy thinks differently," he said, eyeing her daughter. Lucy flinched and shook her head. "No, I don't want you to come here anymore." Andrew's smile vanished, but he quickly composed himself again. "All right, Claire, I'll go, but I'll be back." Every hair on Claire's neck stood on end as Andrew left. As the door slammed shut, she turned to Lucy. "What happened?" Lucy looked terrified, nodding vigorously while tears streamed down her cheeks. "I don't know, Mom." Claire gently lifted Lucy's chin, gazing into her eyes. "Please tell me. I need to know so I can protect you." Lucy sobbed, burying her face in Claire's shoulder, scared and overwhelmed. After getting Lucy to sleep, Claire remained on high alert. She pulled out her phone, calling James again. "Claire, is everything okay?" he answered quickly. "Can you come over? I'm worried about Lucy," she said, her voice shaky. "I'll be there." Claire sat on the sofa, her mind racing with thoughts about Andrew and her daughter's safety. How long had he been watching Lucy? What had he done to her? The next morning, Claire met James at a small coffee shop. His expression turned serious. "You're telling me Andrew snuck into your house in the middle of the night?" "That's not all," Claire began, sharing everything. James was silent for a moment and then sighed. "I need you to be careful. I won't let him touch my daughter ever again," Claire asserted, her resolve unyielding. James nodded, understanding the gravity of the situation. "If anything happens, call me immediately." As Claire walked back home, her determination to protect Lucy swept over her. Lucy was sitting on the sofa, hugging her knees tightly as the fear in her eyes lingered. "Sweetheart, come here," Claire called gently. Lucy slowly got up and walked to her mom. Claire placed a comforting hand on her shoulder. "I won't let anyone hurt you ever again. Do you understand?" Lucy nodded, but hesitation still flickered in her eyes. Then there was a knock at the door that startled them both. Claire gasped quietly, her own heart racing. "Stay here," she instructed Lucy, walking cautiously toward the door. When she opened it, her breath caught. "Andrew?" she exclaimed, taken aback by his presence. "Good evening, Claire. Can we talk for a moment?" Claire instinctively stepped in front of Lucy. "You shouldn't be here. I think we need to clear up some misunderstandings," he replied, unfazed. "There's nothing to talk about. I forbid you from coming near my daughter," Claire shouted. "Forgive me, Claire. You don't have the authority to do that," he retorted, eyes darkening. "If you don't leave, I'll call the police right now," Claire roared, fists clenched. Andrew laughed ominously. "Oh, really? And what will you tell them?" Claire's heart raced, and when he stepped closer, she knew she couldn't let him intimidate her anymore. Without thinking, she lunged at him, shoving him hard out the door. "Get out!" she shouted. Andrew stumbled but regained his footing, furious now. "You'll regret this," he hissed, before storming off, but not before turning to Claire. "I'll be back. Next time, it won't be this easy." Lucy trembled, holding her mother tightly. "Mom, is he really coming back?" Claire knelt down and wiped Lucy's tears. "No, sweetheart. I won't let him." But inside, Claire felt a cold fear settle in. "Trust me, I'll protect you." The next morning, when Claire met James again, he noticed a faint bruise on her arm. "Did Andrew do that?" "No, I was defending myself," Claire replied with a forced smile. James looked grave. "He's still not giving up." "I know," Claire said firmly. "I looked into his background," James continued. "He's been investigated for child molestation before, but there wasn't enough evidence to convict him." A chill ran through Claire. "So he's done this before." James nodded solemnly. "But this time, we won't let him get away." Determined, Claire resolved to stand firm for Lucy. When she got back home, she found Lucy hugging an old teddy bear. "Lucy, I need to talk to you," Claire said, sitting beside her. "Are you going to call the police?" Lucy asked, her voice trembling. "Yes, they're going to protect us," Claire assured her, noticing the doubt in Lucy's eyes. "What if he comes back?" Lucy whispered. "This time, I won't let him get away," Claire promised, locking eyes with her daughter. "No one can hurt you as long as I'm here," she insisted. Lucy hesitated but eventually nodded. Claire prepared herself for the fight ahead. That night, Andrew stood in his prison cell, staring into nothingness. He had lost everything and no one was watching over him anymore. In the meantime, Claire and Lucy began their healing journey. They attended a support group for survivors where they felt understood and supported by others who had faced similar situations. Lucy's first day back at school approached, and as they arrived at the school gate, Lucy suddenly hesitated. "Mom, what if I can't do it?" Claire knelt down to her level and reassured her. "You can do this, Lucy. You're stronger now." Despite her fears, Lucy managed to smile and hold Marcus's hand when she saw him. It was a sign she was slowly returning to a normal life. Meanwhile, in prison, Andrew faced the consequences of his actions. He quickly became a target among other inmates who despised him for what he had done. One day, as he tried to enjoy a meal, a muscular inmate approached him. "Listen, you're scum. We don't tolerate people like you in here." Panic surged in Andrew as he realized the true hell he was now facing. Weeks passed, and Claire received a call asking if she might be interested in speaking at an event to help others through their struggles. "I'd be honored," she said with a soft smile. Claire stood before an audience of women, sharing her journey of fighting to protect her daughter, emphasizing the importance of standing against wrongdoings. Her story touched many hearts, and she realized she wasn't just saving her own daughter, she was helping others too. Finally, one quiet evening, as they prepared for bed, Lucy smiled at Claire. "Mom, thank you for saving me." Claire's heart overflowed with love. "I'll always protect you, Lucy. I promise." In the end, they had triumphed over their trials together. As the sun began to rise on a new day, Claire and Lucy held hands, ready to embrace whatever lay ahead. Their story is a reminder that vigilance and love for family are essential. Sometimes the danger comes from those we trust, but as long as we stand strong and united, we can overcome any darkness. If you enjoyed this story, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Your support inspires us to share more heartwarming tales every day. Thank you for being here, and see you soon.